Hello, I'm Kendra, and this is Hooked by Happenstance, and it is once again Sunday. That means it's time for my Sunday Sunrise Week 18. I even checked what week it was. See, it's almost like I'm on the ball. Or near the ball. I'm like near the ball. It's probably more accurate. So anyways, if you are new around here, my Sunday Sunrise is my solution to New Year's resolutions, where rather than making a bunch of silly goals back in January that I was not going to follow through on, every Sunday I come here, I make some what I think are going to be manageable goals, and then I come back a week later and tell you how I did on those, as far as my crafty life is concerned. Last week's list with my little paper big marker concept had 4 things on it. The first one was to sort my yarn, which I have not done, but I am actually going to film that as soon as I get off here because it's going to become extremely necessary, like, for me to do this all and have it all sorted fairly immediately, which I will touch on momentarily. The second thing on my list was to make a plan for my YouTube channel for the coming month because I'm better at posting videos when I have a plan. You may have noticed that other than my Sunday Sunrise and my Makes Monday podcast, I didn't post anything this week, and that is because I did a lot of videos in April. Almost Veda. Not quite, but it was a lot, and so I took a little time to do other things around my house and my life that needed to get done instead of making videos. But I'm back, have a plan to be present. The third thing was what I was going to focus on crocheting this week, and that was 3 things. My Tides of Change, which is the black, gray, and blue Afghan that I'm making for my nephew's graduation. Totally worked on that a ton, and like I see the light at the end of the tunnel now, so that's good. My Cogitation, which I did work on, and I'm still very much enjoying, and there will be videos on that coming out shortly. And the third thing was my Granny Virus shawl, which is like my take around project. I didn't really go anywhere this week that I had time, like even when I was in the car I was doing other things, so I didn't do a lot of work on it, but it was my take along project. So I did that, so got a little check mark. And the fourth thing was to sew 10 bags for my Etsy shop. The week before I had sewn 23 bags, so I was like 10 would be doable. I did 6, and I'm okay with that. 6 is not bad. I had a couple of very, like, I can't say bad, not wonderful days this week where I don't have the problem of, like, I can't get out of bed in the morning because I don't have that option. I have children. But even if I'm up out of bed, it does not mean that I'm, like, ready to human on a given day. So there were a couple of days where I was very low-key and, like, could not muster myself out of a chair very much. So I did not get a lot of sewing done, but I did get 6 bags, and I'm just going to carry those other 4 forward. So, in the coming week, what are we looking at? Well, here's my list for this week. The first is to pre-film some videos. I need to pre-film some videos because in like literally the last 10 minutes via text message, my husband and I decided that we are going to embark on another fairly substantial remodeling project in our house. Those of you who have been watching my videos for a long time, and if you watch my daily vlogs, will know that I guess it was like a year and a half ago, we gutted a room in our house and turned a room that was not previously a kitchen into a kitchen. Well, this week we're going to finish putting cabinetry in part of that we hadn't messed with. But later on this month, we're going to gut this office, and this is like one of the last rooms in the house that has not been changed from the old plaster to have drywall. And yeah, we're going to do that and put better electricity and all the things. And we have some awesome plans for organizational systems in here, and I'm real excited. But that all has to begin with me clearing out my office, finding homes for all these things, which I actually don't think will be that bad. She tells herself, hopefully. But it does mean that I will not have this space available to me while I can film a lot of these videos anywhere in my house, in my life. I need access to, like, my stash or my whips or whatever to film some of the videos. I will pre-film some stuff and just let you see it. Kind of like I do when I go on trips. How I just kind of film the things I will be working on beforehand, and then you get it doled out to you along the way. So there'll be some of that happening. The second thing is that I'm going to sew 14 bags. I actually thought that 10 bags was a good goal for this week. It just didn't happen. So I'm going to take the 4 bags I didn't make this week, tack them on to the 10 I think is doable in a week, say I'm going to make 14. And that should mean that I can do a bag update sometime in the next week or 10 days. So basically, before we start gutting my office, I should be able to do an Etsy update. And my Etsy shop will just be moving to another room of my house, so it won't be affected by the remodeling in here. I'm gonna remodel my office. That's so exciting. So terrifying. Where did we come up with these plans? Like we legitimately, like 15 minutes ago, we had a text conversation that ended with, alrighty, let's do that. So, I'm still a little like, what? If you can't tell. So yes, the third thing is that I'm going to start packing up my office. Because that's going to need to happen. So I'm going to start whittling through things. So probably more purging of things, more consolidating of things, just organizing things. I also need to organize kind of as I go along, because with my new organizational solution, it will be helpful to know what needs a home so that I can make sure that I plan appropriate space for all of those items to have a home. Yeah. And then my fourth thing is just, again, the list of the projects that I'm going to focus on. First up is my Tides of Change. Second is my Cogitation, and my Granny Virus shawl is going to continue to be like my take around project. Now, when I finish the Tides of Change, I do have another project that's going to be ready to swoop right in where it is. But I'm not going to talk about that today, because it's not that time yet. There's no swooping taking place, and I don't even know. I don't know if swooping will get to happen this week, but I do have a mental plan of what's coming after the Tides of Change, so that is good. And right now, I feel energetic about all these things. Any moment that will end. So while I'm still feeling energetic about it, I'm going to go so that I can go and sort yarn and start getting this whole consolidation project taken care of. I don't know. So maybe, yeah. I don't even know what to recommend to you, because I'm gonna guess that most of you aren't gonna suddenly decide to gut the room where you store all your stuff. But if you are, then tell me how that's working for you. Oh my gosh. Anyways, hope you have a nice week of crafting and enjoy the space you're in. How's that? You can enjoy the space that you are in, because I have been enjoying and trying to make the space I'm in functional for me as much as I can, but both my crafty life and my crafty business are outgrowing my situation, and I'm going to bring a whole bunch more fabric into the equation here soon, and it needs somewhere to go. So, that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow for Mix Monday Podcast. Have a good night. Bye.